Well, to answer my opponent Omar's later remarks, he stated that my source was dated because it was in 2004. Well, my source was a quote, so it's not actual data that needs to be up to date most of the time. And yours is always factual data, and it's dated. There's a difference. As I stated before, the United States driving education is dated, so its way of teaching is not always the best. And your example doesn't help to distinguish my claim, but to prove your incompetence. It's actually better to have an earlier driving age than later. So it's better to be able to drive 16 than 18. And the reason I got that was because when you're riding a bike, you have to first ride with training wheels to gain more experience, to get more learning experience. You don't just immediately drive a car, you have to learn first. And this is based on a little article on Nordic News by Peter Sokot. Driving is much like riding a bike. Though the longer you ride, the better you get. You start on training wheels, driver's education, move up to a fixed gear bike, learner permit, and then you get your big kid bike, driver license. It all takes time and is supposed to in order to maximize the amount of experience every driver has before he or she sets off by him or herself. In truth, an earlier driving age would be beneficial, not a later one. To support my earlier claims that accidents caused at age 16, 17, 18 are not caused because of age, but of experience. Another article called Training, Not Age, The Key to Making Teens Great Drivers by Kate Willett in Seattle Times. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety has issued reports calling on states to raise the minimum driving age to 17 or 18. While I share the IIHS concern over the staggering number of 16-year-olds, as well as 17, 18, and 19-year-olds, who are injured or killed in a car collision every year, I disagree that the problem is age. With up-to-date driving training, more hours of careful behind-the-wheel practice, and effective parental involvement and role modeling, 16-year-olds can be excellent drivers. This just reconfirms my claim that by having more experience, you'll be able to drive better. It's not just age.
Ouch.
Which leads me to my next point, that age isn't a factor, it's the parents that contribute to it. Based on a resource guide at Allstate.com, car crashes caused by teen drivers are number one killer of teens in America today. Keep in mind that most telling stats of all, according to recent surveys, 89% of teens said their parents have the biggest influence on how they drive. By keeping the driving age of 16, keeping it lower, it will help parents with money, gas, and time spent on driving their teens to school and back. Based on another article called Keep the Driving Age of 16 by Ashley Blake. For parents, there are both pros and cons to raising the driving age. Some parents are work-at-home parents who can easily drop off their teens to school, but many are not. Getting a car at the age of 16 can really take some stress off the parents. There's no more coming home, early dropping the teen off at home, and rushing back to the office. This would often waste tons of gas and cause much population. And as many of you know from personal experience, gas is really high right now. And by having that extra gas in your financial stand, it will be pretty bad for you. As well as being helpful to parents, it's also helpful for a teenager for their career, so they could be able to become more mature and be more as an adult in later life. This is based off of another article on Helium.com, pros and cons of raising the driving age to 18. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics show that 43.7% of teens nationwide between the ages of 16 and 19 were working or looking for work. So a big factor in many teenagers' lives is their careers, as a lot of teens get their first jobs when they turn 16 to pay for little things that sometimes their parents cannot, like money for the movies, clothes, makeup, and concert tickets. When you have a job, you need to arrive on time. In order to do this, you probably need a car. Teenagers cannot work on a schedule if they don't have their own cars to get around, because then they would have to be working on their parents' schedules, possibly making them late for work. So by not being able to drive, you're one, cutting off the student's ability to work. Second, to be able to work, you're going to have to take away time from the parents as well, which will be basically is not convenient to parents or students. Thank you.